Nope.
All right, man. Welcome back to Man Down Sports, man. Apologize for the delay on coming with this post game. But yeah, hey, look, world champions or NBA champions 2024, 2025, Oklahoma City Thunder. MVP was Shea. He took home everything. It was like a clean sweep, man. They went and got the scoring title, got the league MVP for the regular season, got the Western Conference MVP, and now the Finals MVP and the Finals trophy. What a heck of a season for SGA and the OKC Thunder. But let's get into the game. Where we start.
I guess with the elephant in the room, man. The
The
loss of Tyrese
SGA is the best
Halliburton.
player in the world.
Oh, I mean, well, we already knew that, but
Yeah, 2 years ago.
yeah, but Halliburton going down in the first quarter with
That sucked, man. That
Achilles
sucked.
injury. Yeah,
He knew it right away too.
yep. He's like, no, 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 and like, I feel, I feel for him, man, because you're on the biggest stage, Game 7. You know what I'm saying? Winner take all, and the game just getting started. He came out hot. He hit like 3 straight threes.
Yep,
Came
three for
out,
four.
came out smoking, and but we seen this before, and I think we talked about this. We talked about this a couple weeks ago, or whenever. I think it was
When
might
he
have been
first
on the
got
group
the
chat.
injury.
Yeah, and it's like you look at what happened with KD. He was down 2-3 weeks with a calf strain, and Golden State was down in the finals, and he was like, I got to jump in, and was cooking. He was going in. I think he went 5 for 6 or 4 for 6. Was
Mm.
and nobody do nothing with him, and then boom, same thing. As is one of those things is damned if you do, damned if you don't. Like if you don't play, then everybody says that you let your team down. It's the finals, it's Game 7, you got to go for it. But if you do, then you get the situation that we got tonight, where now not only is he not available for the rest of Game 7 to help his team secure a championship, now he's probably going to be sitting down for most of, if not all of, next season.
Shoot, not probably. That's
Yeah.
a done deal. I mean, that's a year in recovery, and this is the last game of the year, so
Yep.
he gone for the year. We'll see him in 2027. I mean, because same thing with KD. He had his injury, got traded to Brooklyn. Kyrie had done that first year without KD, and KD came back the year after that. So, but I mean, this is the part where the front office of Indiana is supposed to protect the player from himself, because obviously he want to play, and the front office got to be the one to say, nah. I mean, I think we got enough evidence to know that calf strains are leading to Achilles Achilles tears.
100%
Like
of the time.
Dame Lillard set out the playoff, like what, most of the last week of the season, last 2 weeks of the season maybe, and then the first 2 games against Indiana, and then he came back.
God, he popped his Achilles too.
Yeah, so Dame
That's
popped
3
his
Achilles
Achilles out the
injuries
calf
this
strain.
playoffs.
Well, Dame was 1, Halliburton was 1, Tatum was 3. Yeah, so 3 in the playoffs, and it was 1 during the regular season. DeJounte Murray.
He popped his Achilles too.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. So but yeah, all like Kevin Durant, Halliburton, Dame Lillard, all calf strain was the first injury, and then Achilles came right after that. You know what I mean? So I think when Kevin Durant first strained his calf, and he was dealing with it when he was trying to figure out whether to play or not, I think I remember hearing the commentator say the team doctors was telling him that you can't make the calf worse, and it's not going to affect your Achilles at all. So I guess we was kind of like, well, maybe it don't have nothing to do with that, but now we keep seeing players that can strain their calves, pop their Achilles if they continue to play. So yeah. They at that point they got to tell a player, look, man, we gonna have to try to win it without you. You know,
It's got to get to the point now where if you deal with a calf strain, then that's we're gonna treat that on the same level as a hamstring injury or a growing injury. You know what I'm saying? Now you gotta sit down. You gotta sit down because 4 times now, or five, including KD's in 2019. 5 times now we've seen where calf strains have led to Achilles injuries. And now you're losing guys for full seasons because of that. Because nobody's telling them
yeah,
that, yeah, you might be our one or our two or our main guy or whatever. But at what point do you have to sit back and take account this person's health, this person's longevity after this? Like, listen, hey man, I understand it's game 7, but we'd rather have you for next season to make this run again than to try and have you and then we end up losing you altogether.
yeah,
These team doctors got to step in and be like, no, like you said in our group message, the team doctors got to be in and be like, he's out.
yeah. They got to. They got to because now the risk. I mean, it's kind of hard when, especially when you're in the finals, to say the risk ain't worth the reward. I mean, I guess the reward is a ring, but the risk is losing your player for a whole year.
And cutting down the longevity of that player's career too.
Correct. Yeah, yeah, and that player putting doubt in how much money they can earn moving forward, because a lot of people don't come back all the way 100% from those them Achilles tears and stuff like that. So I don't know if Halliburton done got his big extension yet already. But if he hasn't, that's gonna be obviously a player like Kevin Durant. It ain't nothing that a team wouldn't do to extend all that money to him, especially when he was somewhere near his prime. So it didn't matter for KD, but for Halliburton, you can move on.
We've got evidence that what KD was post Achilles injury. Like we have the evidence, but that's not gonna be we don't know what Dame is gonna look like coming back. And Dame was already up there in years. You know what I'm saying?
Dame was already on the decline.
Yeah. And luckily Tatum and Halliburton are both on the younger side. So the upside is a little greater for them. But you just definitely chopped off 2 to 3 years on what could have been their playing career with these Achilles injuries. And if the playing style of Halliburton is a little bit more intense than I would say Jason Tatum's, just because you can see how Halliburton likes to do the crossovers and the step throughs, and he likes to explode. It's going to be a lot of pressure and tension on that muscle. So if his game is going to have to change, or he might be a shadow of himself going forward, that makes him an entirely different player. He can either adapt and become a better player from it and build a new skill set, or now we just won't see the same Halliburton anymore.
But you better call KD's doctor and figure out what kind of surgery he got. I mean, he should be able to get the best surgery. I think it'd be fine. He's young. He'll be able to bounce back.
Yeah.
It's just you about to miss a whole year. And he's not the type of player that a team would be like, hey man, we go extend him even while he's sitting out, because he's just that good. Like Kevin Durant was like, he popped his Achilles and Brooklyn was still like, yeah, come on over here.
Yeah, we won't.
We about to give you the bag. You know what I mean? So without us, but I can see Indiana waiting to he come back and see what he look like before he gets some type of contract extension. But maybe he already extended it because he's not on his rookie contract no more, is he?
No, he's been in. This is his second team, I believe. So,
he got traded after his rookie season. He been with Indiana 3 years?
A little bit longer than that.
Okay.
I want to say he been in for. Let me see.
Oh yeah, Sacramento 2020. That was his rookie season.
Oh really?
Yeah.
He might be on his rookie deal.
Yeah, 4 years. He been in 4 years. Yeah, so he might be due for a contract. Let me see if I can look it up.
Oh no, he got an extension last season that
Last
started
season.
this year.
Okay, well that's good. I'm glad.
5-year, $260 million max.
Yeah, that's good. He got his money already.
Yeah.
He got his money already, man. That's dope. That's dope.
And gives the Pacers time to not worry about. They can see how he comes back from this injury and not have to panic about. They got time with him.
So let's get to the game. TJ McConnell got in and got pretty much most of his points in the third quarter. Just out there, just huffing and puffing, going to the hole. No double was coming, no help. They wasn't even bodying him. They was like, "Look, you so short. We gonna let you get in the paint because that shot down there, we think we can challenge it and make you miss without even fouling you." But he beat him to the rim a lot of times, and they still was like, "Nah." I mean, we'll live with that because as long as McConnell was doing that every play, guess what Siakam was doing?
Standing outside.
Just standing out there chilling, not getting no shots off, not putting no pressure on the defender, getting him in foul trouble, doing none of that. He was just out there chilling, and they knew at some point TJ McConnell was going to run out of bullets, run out of breath because he ain't used to playing that many minutes, and eventually hit the normal rotation is going to have to go. He's going to have to go to the bench because he's not defending on the other end at the rate that Nembhard, Nesmith, and those guys were doing. So he knew that, and Mathurin, he knew that they had to put the big guards back in eventually. And all while he was on that run, that personal run, like I said, everybody else was going cold, and OKC was really on a run at that point. Like he was scoring, but OKC was on their own run. That was like, yeah, we can get any shot we want to because we got a mouse in the house down here. So we got an advantage on this end. We just let him run out of bullets. And he ran out of bullets, and then it took Siakam like minutes before he actually got a bucket. He was cold and off, and then he finally got back. And then Mathurin took over in the fourth quarter, and that was it. I mean, it was already over.
It was too late. Yep.
Yeah.
I think they once they got into that third quarter, they put TJ in charge, and I think they overused him. Like I said in the chat, I think like they had just went TJ centric with their offense. And
it wasn't even that they was using them. It was OKC saying everybody else that's driving is getting attention. He's the only person that can drive without getting no attention. So do y'all want this easy basket, or do y'all want to work for it? So it was OKC just saying, "Hey, here, TJ, come get these points." You know what I'm saying? That's basically what it was. All money ain't good money, just like a dominoes game.
And I think Rick Carlisle has to take some of the blame for that, for not seeing that and changing early enough.
But how you go turn down 2 points though? He was getting the bucket. I mean, what else you gonna do? Say, "Hey man, stop scoring." He was getting the bucket. He was getting to the rim, getting buckets. It's just the fact that he ain't no superstar, and like you run out of bullets at some point. Like for everybody got a limit, and once you reach that limit, you're out of bullets, right? And he just shot all his bullets out in the third quarter on that personal 12-0 run, and that was it for him. He ain't had gas left.
You can see when he got blocked by Chet, he didn't even have enough gas to get enough lift, and that was it.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't blame it on Carlisle, man. Well, you take what you can get. Like he wasn't getting no baskets from nowhere else. So if somebody go give me 12 straight, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
Nobody deserves any blame for this loss. You know what I mean? On the Indiana side,
they put up a lot of fight, especially after Halliburton going down. Yeah. They were up by 1 at halftime. You know what I'm saying?
So they weren't giving in.
They fought, and even in the fourth quarter, which I didn't like that OKC started I won't say mailing it in, but kind of like
they went into their 2-minute offense
with like
it was 7 minutes left, and SGA was getting the ball at the top of the key, running no offense, running the shot clock down, and taking contested threes and contested jump shots. That I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that was a horrible fourth quarter for SGA. Fourth quarter was horrible. Second and third quarter was okay. First, second, and third quarter was okay for SGA. That fourth quarter was horrible,
which ended up kind of badly inflating those numbers. I'm seeing somebody in the comments talking about inefficiency. Anybody who watched the game, I mean, you can see like it's not really inefficiency. It's just it was bad play calling. They went into, like you said, that 2-minute offense way too early. Had they not gone into that and continued to run plays and run sets and set up offense, I don't think his percentage goes, it tanks as far as it did. I think he was like
don't
8.
nobody care about nobody field goal percentage. That man got the win. Kobe went 6 for 24 in Game 7 and had 16 rebounds. You know what I mean? Against the Celtics and
And
got the
SGA
win.
had like 12 or 13 assists, so it's not like
Yeah.
you know.
Don't nobody care about no efficiency, man. That's just something that just came along lately in the NBA that gives people who never played basketball an opportunity to be part of the conversation because they get to talk about percentages. But on the streets, when you street balling, when you play ball out in the neighborhood, ain't nobody thinking about no freaking field goal percentage. We trying to get a win. Can I stop my man and can I score? Right. So field goal percentages, like y'all got to stop with that, man. That's something nerds came up with that don't know basketball who want to be part of it. Like if I start playing World of Warcraft with some of my friends on the ship and I know nothing about it, I'm gonna figure out a way where I can be part of the conversation. You know what I mean?
Keep going back to that.
I don't know nothing about these characters, man. I don't know nothing about the or Pokemon. I don't know nothing about these Pokemon cards, but I'm gonna figure out a way to be part of it, and that's all it is. It's a mathematician. That's a nerd. Where my glasses at? Daggone nerd. A mouth breather. Oh yeah. No, I've never played basketball before, but if according to my calculations, I present to you PER, player efficiency rating is a calculation of what's my asthma pump? I'm sorry, wait. It's a calculation of and you carried the one, and yes, he didn't have a good game according to my calculations. Don't know nothing about freaking basketball, man. And I hate you mouth breathers.
And
get the heck off the daggone basketball stream. I hate you mouth breathers, man. Get off of here, man. Stop. Go play your sport. Pokemon, World of Warcraft. Go do that. Stay the hell away from these type of channels, man.
And these comments about OKC didn't beat a fully healthy Indy squad. Injuries are a part of the game. Are they not? Injuries happen. So you can't put a hook or an asterisk next to this win, because if SGA or Lou Dort or Chet go down, you gonna say the same thing about Indiana? Or, oh no, they 68 win team, they should have the depth, they should be ready for that. Same can be said about Indiana. Indiana was an equally deep team. They've been deep all season.
You know what I said when the Rockets went 7 games against the Warriors when KD was there, and CP3 tore his hamstring or pulled it. I think it was a pull. He might have tore it, to be honest with you. Was it his quad or his ham? It was one of them.
It was his quad.
So everyone was like, oh man, Houston had y'all number if CP3 went down. That's possible. But the fact that CP3 had to overexert his muscles chasing Steph Curry around is probably part of the reason why he pulled his ham or his quad. So like you said, it's part of the game. And what that shows is, I mean, like 82 games is part of the test, and how many games you play in the playoff is part of the test. And if your player is not standing the test of time, that's part of the game. So SGA and his horses seem to hold up more and better than Indiana and their horses. It is what it is. right? So that's part of endurance. That's part of enduring the storm and enduring the test and going through that gauntlet of 82 games and plus playoffs on the road back and forth. You got to hold up, right? So it's always gonna be part of the game. You got to hold up. Notice when Michael Jordan was on his run, injuries never seemed to be part of what held them back because them boys was in shape.
Mm-hmm.
They could withstand it and endure it. Imagine making 3 straight playoff runs as deep as he did in the finals, no game sixes, right? 3 years in a row. That means 80 and Michael Jordan played 82 games almost every season. Imagine not missing one game, playing 82 games, not missing one playoff game, and not being hurt for none of it. Not hurt to the point where you miss a game. That shows that what you did in the off season and what you do during the season is is beast work, and that's part of it. You know what I mean? So,
which is crazy to say because we know that Jordan had terrible off court habits.
Evidently not.
He had some terrible off court habits.
Evidently not.
But would show up to a game and do what he needed to do. And so it's just like, if you take injuries into account, then pretty much almost every championship in history will have an asterisk. The 2019 ring for the Raptors will have an asterisk. Because, I mean, people widely think that if KD doesn't go down, Warriors three-peat, which possibly could have happened. But KD went down, Clay went down, the Raptors were healthy. Health is part of your best ability is availability. If you can't play, if you aren't available to play because of injury, it is what it is. It's just got to take that on the chin. So to say that OKC only won because they played a unhealthy Indy, that's not fair.
I don't care what's fair. The game over. The season over.
And the championships have been crowned.
The game over, the season over. Everything is in the books. Everything is in the record book. MVP, Western Conference MVP.
And stop saying that this is their first ring. They got a ring when they was Seattle. It's still their ring.
That don't count.
It do count. The banner is up. The banner is in the rafters.
I keep looking at bro, this is crazy. This boy shot 12 threes SGA. This boy shot 12 threes. He really couldn't get to his spots, man. There was a lot that was letting them boys hold him. Like he could not get to his spot and get a clean jump shot, man.
He's doing that.
That man was settling for threes. Yeah, that man was settling for threes, man. But 29 points, plus 11 on the plus minus. I mean, but they won by double digits, so everybody was gonna be plus. Only 1 turnover and 12 assists, man. Not mad at it at all. 2 blocks, 1 steal.
Ratio.
Yeah. Chet Holmgren 5 blocks, man. That's big time stuff. They had 14 steals. Caruso showed up early because there was nobody that was playing with SGA at first. It was just SGA, and then Russo showed up. Wallace showed up. Wiggins didn't want to play. He must have been nervous. Wiggins came out here looking like daggone beat cheeks.
Knees were shaking. You could hear him.
Yeah,
shout
man.
out to Caruso though for that vet presence though. I think he was
absolutely
very crucial to the team's success.
A major pickup by Presti to get him in Hartenstein.
And dude is a genius. Sam Presti.
Yeah.
I mean, and shout out to the ownership for trusting him and keeping him along in this process. Like they were saying on the joint after it was over, like 3 years ago, they were a 24-win team.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is crazy.
We still got to see what Nikola Topic go look like once he get on the court.
I forgot about him.
They just holding him back, like just wait, man. We got you on the weight program, red shirt year. You know what I mean? Man. But Nikola Topic, he could. I mean, but can he break this lineup if he's not a defender? And I don't think he's like no Stojakovic type 3-point shooter. He's just like a good player, kind of like Josh Giddey was. He's a good, smart player. got some size. He got like a Luka build. But he ain't like no shooter, and he ain't no defender. So I'm trying to figure out where does he fit in this rotation.
Mm. Well, we'll see. We got time to see.
Trade bait. They're gonna trade bait.
So now that let's play a game real quick.
All right.
Now that the season's over, off-season off-season adjustments for each team. Does OKC need to do anything? And
Yes.
if so, what do they need to do? And same thing for Indiana.
Everybody need to come back better and add something to their toolbox. And for Chet Holmgren, he's got to get better as a 3-point shooter.
And I want all of them motherfuckers doing free throw drills the whole summer.
Absolutely. But
because that was embarrassing.
Absolutely. But I want Chet Holmgren to actually be a good 3-point shooter. Because he got too good of shot mechanics for him to be shooting flat. Even his free throws are flat like that.
Mm-hmm.
His free throws cost him a game in Denver.
You need to go holler at KD and learn how to shoot as a 7-footer.
Yeah, it's horrible, dog. It's horrible. Like it's almost like he shoot. First of all, he don't even jump. But if it looks like he's shooting a shot on the way down, but he don't jump though. So I'm trying to I still ain't figured it out, dude. You really got to look at his shot, man. Please pull up some of his shots and just look.
I'm gonna look because I was trying to look at the game, but the camera angle wherever he was shooting from couldn't really get a good look.
It's the weirdest thing. I can't figure it out. I'm like, why is that thing coming out so flat? Even his free throws, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, how does it come down? You're 7'1" and your wingspan is all the way up here at 9 feet, and you shooting on a 10-foot rim. How is it coming line drive almost? It's horrible, dog.
Yeah,
it's horrible. So I want him to do that. I want SGA. I want SGA to, even though I don't want him to fall in love with it and shoot a lot of them, I want his 3-point shot to get a little better as well.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And you can tell he need rhythm to shoot his threes because most of his 3-point shots come off when the ball is in his left hand and he do that jab and then step back. That's a good rhythm shot for him. But like if they swinging the ball on the catch and shoot, I don't see that a lot. I don't see him being able to dribble and pull up from 3 too easy, so he got to add some of that, just in case he need it. But I still want him to be a mid-range assassin. So Chet and SGA need to expand their shooting to the 3-point line and make it better. I want Jalen Williams to get really good in the post, and I want him to be able to get his mid-range and fadeaways out of the post like SGA can. They should be interchangeable like that. So I want his post game to pick up. That's the main thing. Everybody else just need to get, continue to get better. That's what they need to do.
I see a lot of people saying they want Chet to bulk up. I can understand it, but at the same time, he's not a slouch in the paint defensively as we've seen tonight. So I think, his frame kind of works for him. And you kind of see the same thing with, when KD was, that size. You see it with Wemby. He's kind of, thin, wiry frame, but he can still, he utilizes his length and his height to get to these spots and close off. So and he's already a little on the slow side just because he's a 7-footer, but you make him bulk up a little bit, he's gonna end up getting a little bit slower. I like the speed that he has because he still can kind of somewhat move in transition, move and get back on defense on time. I think if you get him to bulk up, you just kind of take away what makes him efficient now. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I don't want him to go out there and force a bulk up, because naturally you're gonna. I mean, because KD didn't have to force a buck up.
No,
I
he
mean, it's no
naturally
point.
ended up getting, because now he's like 240, which is crazy.
Yeah, so he just keep doing what he's doing. I mean, of course he got to put on a little muscle to continue to withstand 82 games. He hasn't done it yet, right? So, but with him and how his body is, you never know if the extra weight will have him having problems with his lower extremities, like his feet, like Rich Smits and Ilgauskas had,
Or his knee.
right? Right, and then Greg Oden, when he bulked up, then so when he started having the knee injuries, right? So don't force a buck up, man. If you got to play skinny, play skinny. Just add what you need to add so you don't continue to get hurt when you get bumped or when you fall to the ground and stuff like that. So just do your natural stuff, man. But keep your body type. Don't force a different type of body type. Everybody ain't Jermaine O'Neal that can go from skinny to and I don't even know how he did it because his legs didn't get no bigger at all. Jermaine O'Neal looked like Manute Bol. And then next thing you know, he came out there looking like daggone Karl Malone up top, but the legs were still Manute Bol.
Was it no leg day?
Yeah, no leg. That was all upper body, man. But yeah, KG, Kevin Garnett, Kevin Durant, they all played skinny their whole career. Just add some muscle.
Yeah, and he was pretty durable in the playoffs too. So like once he came back from injury, he was available. He was there.
Yeah,
he just had a couple of off games, but he wasn't due to injury. So I think his size works for him right now. I think you just continue, like you said, you build on that. And if you put in some of the work and you end up getting a little bit bigger just from the work that you've been putting in, and that's cool. But don't just sit there and have a Luka off-season program and then, try to bulk up that way.
I want as they go play the same type of defense and intensity and be as hungry next year, or they go fall off like Boston and just fall in love with the three and think they, just think they're the best team out there.
I kind of want to say, like, the identity of this team, and you saw how it affected them when they lost against Dallas last year, and how they came back with that same fire, and it was still team first, and it was still ultimate goal, job's not finished, all the way up to the end. And I think that that's a perk to having such a young team that you've built from the ground up together. That, and then with this coach and with this front office, I think that the whole culture is still instilled. Like, hey, we're gonna celebrate this now, celebrate a little bit for the summer, but then there's gonna be a time where we got to go back to work, because now we're going from being the hunters to the hunted. And and I think that with SGA, you hear how he talks, you hear the leadership that he has, and I think the guys on that team, they all buy into the same system. I think they still, of course, your mentality has to change, because, like I said, now you're going from the hunter to the hunted, so you're gonna have that target on your back. But
yeah,
I think that they have the mental capacity, and I think they have the mindset and the culture to be able to understand that and withstand that, and can make another run again next year.
I hope so. I mean, I thought the same thing about Boston though. Who's this spamming the chat? Like I done seen this comment 6 times already. I guess they want to respond. SGA is not better than Kobe, but SGA is really good though.
He's currently the best player in the world.
Yeah, currently, yeah. But not better than Kobe.
What about for the Pacers? What's the offseason program looking like for them?
Well, I mean, they got 2 backup point guards, so they don't need to go crazy on that. So if anybody can afford to keep the boat afloat without Halliburton, it should be Indiana. So I guess Nembhard and Nesmith just continue to develop. Well, not even Nembhard and Nesmith. I say Nembhard and Mathurin just continue to develop, right? So Mathurin go get an opportunity to really show what he made of. So he need to be working very hard this summer because he go get a lot of opportunity with Halliburton missing the entire season. And then they're going to be relying on him in the playoffs because Halliburton won't be there for that either. So they don't need to go crazy and go get another point guard. I don't know what their contract situation. Do they got any free agents? Let me see. Let me see what their contract situation look like. Wait a minute. Let's look at that payroll.
So
Oh, your phone move fast.
most of that Wi-Fi, baby. It
That
seems
wife.
like most of the team is Miles Turner is probably the only free agent I'm seeing right now. Miles
Oh
Turner's
yeah,
contract is up.
they gotta figure that out, and he go want some dough. But so
Yeah.
they got Siakam and Halliburton locked up past 2027, or Siakam till 2027, 28, and then they got Tyrese Halliburton one more year after that. So
They
they
got
got them
Obi
locked up. They
Toppin till
good.
28. They got Aaron Nesmith till the end of 27.
Good job, Pacers.
TJ McConnell until the end of 29. I think that blue means team option. So they have a team option on McConnell till 29. Benedict Mathurin, he'll be getting an extension next year if he's deserving.
Which he go get the opportunity to show it.
She's gonna get an opportunity to show it. Ben Shepherd has a
Well,
team
nobody cares.
option.
Nobody cares about nobody below that except Nimhard.
Yeah, so it seems like the core guys
They locked
minus
up.
Turner are locked up.
Great job, Pacers. That's a great job. So all they got to worry about is Turner right now, and he's 29.
And filling in the rest of the holes with the free money that you got, because they're gonna have
Not bad. Not bad.
they got 140 million in cap space.
Oh yeah, they can easily sign Turner. So priority number one, re-sign Turner, and see if you could upgrade some of these guys that's in the rotation that's probably going to test free agency, because I mean I don't see them trying to keep Thomas Bryant. James Johnson is just there as a mascot, so he'll probably sign vet minimum again, witness protection program type dude.
That man has a grill in. He got in one game this series, I think, and he was surprised.
I'm surprised he had shorts up on his snap offs.
He late career UD status right now. Like Udonis Haslam was there just to be there.
I don't disagree with this. Yeah, they might not get this far again. I don't disagree. But they're still a feisty team and they play with a lot of heart. So
and with everything I've learned a lot. I've learned from Indiana this year. I can't count them out until they are out. I can't count them out, because I figured they would beat Milwaukee, because Milwaukee was kind of limping into the playoffs anyway. We knew what that was.
Yeah.
But then they got the win against, who was next? The Cavs, right? They got the win against the Cavs. I was like, okay, this is interesting. But again, we kind of also knew Donovan Mitchell kind of shrinks away in the second round. Okay. Then they went against the Knicks.
But he didn't though.
Who, Donovan Mitchell?
Yeah, he didn't. That was the Cavs that was giving up wins at the end of the game. They had two of them games won and gave it up at the end.
Yeah, so he just had bad luck on this one. So it was like, okay, this is something to look at. And they beat the Knicks, and it was like, all right, can't really. And the first time they when they were down 2, was it 2-1? No, when they were down 3-2 to the Thunder in the series, in the finals, was the first time in this playoffs that they had been down in the series. I was like, man, yeah, can't count the boys out. So next year, they're gonna be different.
I know nobody in the East want to mess with them. Them boys, hey, they showed them boys in the East. Y'all gonna have to beat us. We ain't gonna beat ourselves, man. So, yeah. But I mean, it's a lot of room for newer contenders in the East. I think the Magic is going to really try to build something around Ben Carroll. You know, they already bought in Desmond Bain. He's a playoff riser, and he ain't scared of the moment. You know, so adding that, and there's a couple of more things they got probably go do this summer, man. So I look out for the Magic doing something. I think the Cavs are self-destructing, because I'm hearing rumors that they might be trading Darius Garland. So I don't know what they gonna look like. Boston, I'm not gonna have Tatum, so that's gonna be very different. Boy, the East is wide open.
Don't forget the Pistons.
Definitely the Pistons, yeah.
Somebody said Philly. I'm definitely not worried about Philly. With Embiid, without Embiid, with Paul George, with whoever, Philly gonna find a way to Philly. Like if they somehow,
evidently Ace Bailey not worried about Philly either.
Mm.
He said they ain't even doing no workout with them boys.
What pick Philly got?
I don't know. But you know Darren Moore gonna mess it up. He probably gonna pick Canopa from Duke. Analytics.
Analytics guy. Nah, the Pacers, they'll I think they'll take a step back. They'll still be very competitive. Like I said, they have a very deep roster and they got money to play with. They only need to figure out what they're gonna do with Miles Turner, sign him, or find a replacement. But they got the money to play around in free agency, so they can make a splash as far as filling that part, or even adding depth in other areas. They got the third pick. How'd that happen?
So it's San Antonio 2, Philly 3, Dallas 1. Who got 4? Charlotte got 4.
Yeah, but how did Philly make the? It must be a pick from somebody else during the trade. Because didn't Philly make the playoffs? Or no,
No,
no, they didn't.
no, they
Okay,
didn't.
okay,
You know how them ping pong balls is.
yeah, waited.
Hey, but hey, look. Hopefully, Ace Beatty reputation is shot, and he just falls to number 4. And Charlotte better not let him get past 4.
Mm.
Charlotte better not let him get past 4.
I
Philly
think
can pass on them if they want to.
I think Charlotte has a very volatile situation going on over there.
Why you think that?
The whole LeVar Ball and everything that he says, and I just don't think that they're building towards anything in Charlotte. I think they're just kind of muddling in the middle. Now we'll see what they do in the draft. Draft is in a couple days, and if they do take Ace, or if they trade to get a superstar, or if they end up trading LaMelo, whatever the case may be. But we'll see after the draft. But I just don't think that they're in a position to. I think they're just kind of handcuffing LaMelo and not letting him. Either you build the team, like you start to actually try to build a team around him, or let him go, because you're just going to end up killing this kid's career.
Well, I mean, I like Brandon Miller. I mean, he just got hurt last year. Brandon Miller is cold. Brandon Miller is cold. They got good pieces, but they don't have pieces that fit toward. All right, so these are the things you got to have to start winning. You got to have a coach who got his hands on the team. Like, his personality has to be a dominant personality that extends to the team.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Whether you Popovich and you're very disciplined, very detail oriented, and you run a great offense, and you demand defense as well, and it extends to your players. Like, you got to have that. Or you Spoelstra and you pretty much the same thing, or you Ime Udoka and defense is your calling card, and toughness. Like, your coach got to have some type of pedigree that is contagious to your team, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you have to have a system, right? Then once you find out what type of system you got, then you got to find the players that fit that system and is willing to go out there and execute what the coach is putting down, right? Lee in Charlotte, I don't know if he's that. This is his first year as a coach. He was an assistant in Boston. Looks like he loved the 3-point shot. Right, the same way that Boston was playing this year is how Charlotte was playing. I think Charlotte put up more threes. I think Melo Ball shot a lot of threes. Mm-hmm. Right, so it seemed like his calling card is similar to D'Antoni, put the threes up. I don't know if I like that, right? But nonetheless, Melo Ball can shoot the 3. Brandon Miller can shoot the 3. Bridges can even shoot the 3. They got some backup point guards that can shoot the 3. But they just got a lot of pieces just thrown out there, and none of them fit.
What's old boy name? What's old boy name? The backup for Charlotte?
Man, he played for OK. He got drafted by OKC. Man, he cold. He cold.
What was his name?
He cold, man. I like him.
Dude was sparking, and then he got hurt.
Yeah, everybody got hurt, man.
Yeah, he was.
Everybody was getting hurt.
Trey Man.
That dude. So OKC drafted him, right?
Yeah.
Trey Man can hoop, dog.
Yeah.
And they got another one too that's just as cold. He came into the season hurt. Dang.
Charlotte.
Yeah, they got another one. Man, he good too. He played some last year.
Same thing for
he
Philly. They got Jared McCain, and Jared McCain was going crazy.
yeah, he was. What was his injury? ACL? It was ACL, wasn't it?
I think ACL. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to find this other point guard. I think his last name's Smith. He got drafted 2 years ago, but he was on injured reserve. What is his
For
name?
Charlotte.
Yeah, it might be Smith. Nick Smith Jr. I think that's his name. I'm looking it up now. So there's Trey Man. Oh, I forgot they got Grant Williams. Grant Williams tore his ACL too.
Yep, Nick Smith he a shooting guard.
Yes, Nick Smith can shoot it too, dog. And not just shoot it, he can score. He's a scorer. More than a shooter, he's a scorer.
Oh, they did get Grant Williams.
Bro. Yeah, Grant Williams tore his ACL last year. So he'll be back.
ACL and Achilles injuries are crazy. Oh, meniscus. I said it was his meniscus.
Oh, it was meniscus. Okay. Yeah, hopefully he come back strong, man. But Charlotte, yeah, they got a lot of pieces. They ain't figured out what to do with them and put them together. They got a lot of redundant pieces. Like I said, Trey Man and Nick Smith Jr. are the same player, right? Both undersized point guards. I mean, they're not small like 5'9". They look 5'9". They listed somewhere else. I think Nick Smith might be listed at like 6'3". Trey Man might be listed at 6'1". But Trey Man is a dominant scorer. I would love either one of them as my backup point guard. But what's the point of having both of them?
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying. They had redundancies before they gave up the small forward, power forward that they gave to Dallas for Grant Williams. What's his name? The one that played for Dallas right now. Britne Renner, baby daddy.
PJ Washington.
They had him and Bridges that played the same position and played similar. They had to figure out, they had to get rid of, so they got a lot of the same players twice. Huh?
I said they damn near look similar in the face too.
Yeah. They got the same. They draft the same players twice for some reason and have them at the same position. You know what I mean? So, they don't need no more guards. Don't draft another guard. Don't draft another tweener forward. Don't do none of that. If Ace Bailey is not there, whoever you draft need to be a big and not a tweener. A real big, whether it's going to be Queen or whether it's going to be that boy out of Duke.
That only Jay knows how to pronounce his name.
Exactly.
LaMelo got drafted in what, 21? 21 or 22?
Nah, it was before.
He ain't been in the league that long, but
it's been a while.
You think, so what you were saying on the earlier show, the timeline of a rebuild is about like 5 to 7.
Not a rebuild. The timeline of building a contender takes for you from the time you get your superstar, you got 5 years to turn them into a contender.
You think they're still inside their window, or you think that like they're too far? Because I mean,
they don't know how to do it. They don't know how to do it because they've never been able to keep a superstar long. Remember, the first superstar they got was Larry Johnson, and then they got Zoe Morning, and then both of them was like, yeah, it's time for me to go to a big market. One went to Miami, one went to New York. They couldn't keep him. Then they got Glenn Rice. He made All-Star. Then he left and went to the Lakers and won a championship. Right, then they, who else they had? They had Kemba
Walker.
They had Baron Davis. Baron Davis left. Right, Kemba Walker. Kemba Walker wanted to stay, but he was worthy of a max deal because he was an all-star. And Jordan was like, I can't give you no max because then I won't be able to afford nobody else to help you, and you gonna be a max player not making the playoffs. Right, so he couldn't keep him. So they can never keep the star players long enough to stack them together. Like it's almost like even the Carolina Panthers is like that. They had Cam Newton. There was one superstar. And when they got Cam Newton and found out he was a superstar, they was like, all right, Steve Smith, bye-bye. We can't keep both of y'all. Cam Newton, you go get this money, but you got to figure out how to win without a receiver. Right? And then when CMC came there, they was like, okay, Cam, we got another superstar. Bye-bye. right? They can't stack stars on top of each other because they can't afford it in Charlotte because not enough people spending money to watch the games and come to the games and buy jerseys. Like we just, we about our college basketball down there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it is what it is. But we'll see. We'll see if they can turn it around. You never know. I mean, because Melo Ball said, man, I don't like running from the grind. He said, I want to stay in Charlotte. I don't like running.
I respect that.
So, you know what I mean? He that
We'll
type
see,
of dude.
man. We'll see. It all starts on the draft. Doing the draft show?
We can. It's going to be a lot of trades on the draft.
I believe so. Was first round is what, Wednesday? We're not doing no second round show, is we? We just gonna
No, we do first round.
Okay.
We do first round.
I think we only did the second round last year for that.
Hold on, we did the second round last year?
I think we did the second round last year.
And not the first round?
No, we did both. I think we did first and second round last year. But
we
did the second round because
I know we was here for a long time.
What's his name was coming out?
Yeah.
Either we did the second round or after the second round happened, he got drafted. Then we came on and talked about it. One of the two.
Yeah, something like that.
Draft first day of the draft, round one is Tuesday or Wednesday?
Sure, I don't know. Don't give me the line.
We'll figure it out. So y'all stay tuned in the channel for that. But yeah,
they said we did the second round for the nepotism.
Not nepotism, Junior.
It's like it's a little small cheeseburger at Burger King. You gotta get that nepotism junior with cheese, cause y'all don't be putting cheese on that junk. You give that nep junior with cheese.
Oh man,
Junior, Cars Junior.
You see how quickly the hype died down around that whole fucking shenanigans.
Hey man, it'll be back year after next when Bryce come in.
Man, get this man out the league, man. Golly.
That man said, man, I like. Hey, what? Hey, look here goes. Hey man, what you, Steve? Now here's the question, Brian. What you like about the overseas game, man? Oh man, I like. It's 40 minutes. It's not 48. I mean, I would like to do that. Oh, of course you would like to be 40 minutes. Then no one would ever break your records.
I seen the post. Please tell me he actually didn't say that.
Yeah, he did. He didn't say he. I don't think he said he wanted the NBA to do it, but he was like, "Yeah, that's one of the things I like about overseas
FIBA competition and stuff."
Yeah, they play 40 minutes. It'll come back up. Maybe 4 episodes from now, he'd be like, yeah, maybe we should do 40 minutes. Look at all these injuries we having. We should do 40 minutes. And you know what's bad about that? Adam Silver did an interview, I want to say about 2 or 3 months ago. And he said
he thought about it. We talked about it.
Yeah.
We talked about it. He thought he would consider going down.
40 minutes.
Yep.
But you know what his only concern with that was?
What?
His only concern, it didn't have nothing to do with the history of the game and what that would do for the record books and stuff like that. His concern was how that was going to affect networks and, because that's less advertising they can do. And, are they going to be getting their money's worth for what they paid for? Like, I got 48 minutes. That's more commercials I can show versus 40 minutes. So if he could get that worked out and be like, well, we just show more. Instead of showing 2 commercials in a row during the timeout, we'll show 4. They got to get their money. He said that was his major concern, which I know that's something that he got to worry about as the commissioner. So, but don't tell that to the fans. We don't care nothing about that. Yeah, don't say that
out loud, bro. Yeah, old Lord Voldemort looking ass dude.
And then I just heard that Jeff Teague and the 520 crew, they interviewed him yesterday, and he said that's going to air tomorrow.
They interviewed Adam Silver?
Yeah.
Oh, there's going to be some sound bites coming out of that.
Yeah. So you know how watered down their commentary about to get on their podcast now that Adam Silver is in their ear. Because when Kevin Garnett got the Adam Silver interview, all of a sudden him and Paul Pierce was like, well, maybe LeBron is the GOAT. Maybe we should chill on how we talk about these youngsters, man. They're the future of the game, because Adam Silver's like, look, man, if y'all want us to really embrace y'all and bring y'all in to media, you have to be about the league and the advancement of the league, right? You can't be pushing the league down because you're affecting all the money that everybody can make, right? So it's a good business model. Like, hey, look, man, if you're gonna be talking about us, you can't be talking about us so negative that it turns into people not watching and not believing what they're seeing.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So if nobody is in this league on par with Bird, Magic, and Michael, why would people watch if the league is getting worse? Right. So you got to celebrate these guys. You know what I mean? So Adam Silver get in their ear and say, look, man, I can bring you in. And you see Jeff T, he was on ESPN. He's been on Dan Patrick. Like, he's making his round. Like, people are bringing him in. He's getting part of that media. He's about to be part of that Bill Simmons and all. Like, they're part of the inner circle. They know that this is the trajectory you need to go, and you got to have favor with the commissioner. And to have favor with the commissioner, you can't bad man for his league. So watch how bad them boys get after this interview.
I know them boys better not ever call us for an interview. I decline.
Man, he'll hate me. I'll be Adam Silver. I'll be like, look, man, I ain't even going for a big dog. Look, I'm a disabled veteran. I don't need you to freaking babysit me and embrace me and bring me in. Nope. I just be cooking your ass.
Go ahead and jump in that pot.
Yeah, but I'm gonna ask him all types of tough questions, boy.
Yeah, he can get him get the stuttering.
Yeah. Until the bag come. And then when that bag come, y'all gonna be like, man, Mel changed. I'm gonna be just like this. It's all about the analytics, baby. Jokic has the best PER in NBA history. He's the best passer since Magic Johnson. He's the best scorer since Michael Jordan. And if you really look at the numbers, he's actually not a bad defender. If you take his efficiency rating on defense and then you add the steal, you carry the one. And then if you subtract this and you ignore that part and don't watch the film, and if you do all this and if you come out with this number, see that 1.1, that means according to this formula that he's actually a better defender than Michael Jordan.
Can't forget the VORP.
If you add the VORP,
boy.
They're gonna be like, man, ever since that Adam Silver daggone interview, Mel done changed.
I can't put my finger on it, man, but that man is different.
Like, man,
real small in the top corner, you can barely see it. He's gonna say clutch.
Oh man, I'm gonna take them hammers down and put mayonnaise on the shelf.
Golly, boy, they better not ever call us. Don't ever call us, boy.
Oh, VORP machine, boy. Yeah, Studio C. Studio C.
We're gonna take over Studio J where them boys was down there in Atlanta, shacking them boys. We'll be in Studio J with it.
Studio C stand for Caitlin, boy.
Stop it.
Oh man. Well, I will sell out, man. Oh man, nah, I wouldn't do that, y'all. I wouldn't do that, man.
I don't know. If the bag big enough, you had to at least consider.
Yeah. Hey. So look, before we end the show, right? Tell me I need a wild story, but suitable for the airways.
A wild story from me?
From the Navy, yes.
Suitable for the show though. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
All right. So in Japan, right? You remember how the base was set up,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Yeah.
you know how the new check-ins before they got to the boat would sleep on the barge,
Mm-hmm.
and the
Oh,
barge.
before hold on, real quick. When you get the prospective games list, did you ever see the games list?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Oh yeah. So you were never LPO like I was or
Nah,
LCPO. But
I
anyway,
was airman. Yeah.
so before you get to that part, but the games list would show up. We would know like 4 months in advance all the new people we was getting, and my boy Pine would be like, "Yo, Mel, hey, what's on the games list, dog?" And I'd be like, "Man, here we got all these people." He would go look at all the girls that was coming and find them on Facebook and find out which one was bad. He find out which
Listen,
one was bad. I lie to you not, dog. This is crazy, right? So he'll like, cause when electricians come to the ship, it's a couple of places they can go, right? Depend,
mhm,
either you can come to us to engineering, but the nukes need electricians, conventional electricians too. So sometimes we'll get them some, and then sometimes we'll give some to
air department because we had some.
air,
We had some.
exactly. We get some to the air department, right? So
Mhm.
they would be fighting us for them. Like the chiefs would come down there and be like, hey, we need 2 electricians, blah, blah, blah. So we might have 10 coming. Let's say 5 of them is girls. We looking at it. Send her ugly ass to air.
Y'all ain't shit. Y'all ain't shit. It's already bad enough we had a whole bunch of grease monkeys up there for women in V2 anyway.
Yeah. At one time we sent y'all a pregnant girl on the Reagan. We sent y'all a pregnant. Was you there when Wadsworth showed up?
Nah, that name don't sound familiar.
I
But you was
wanted her
gone before
because
me. You was gone before me though.
no, we was there together.
No, I'm saying, but you left before I left.
I think I did. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't leave until 17.
Well, Wadsworth showed up, and she was one of the man. We had a slew of them, and she was like 6'4" and played ball, and I was coaching the girls basketball team, so I wanted her. And she wasn't bad looking either. But then, just scrolling through Facebook, we found out she was pregnant. We
Mm.
sent her ass right up to the air department. We said we ain't,
You ain't dealing with that shit.
we don't want to sit right on up there. All right, but go ahead, tell the story.
So, the barge was down towards like where it was situated in between the small boys, like right when you come in through the main gate, and then you
Yeah,
hit that curve going right. It was like in
yeah,
that dock area there. So
by the Blue Ridge.
no, the Blue Ridge was to the other side of us, going towards like Chili's, but
Okay,
the barge was more towards if you was heading to the front gate out the base,
okay, all right,
that little curved corner where the
okay,
docks for the small boys is at. So we out. It's a Friday night, right? We go out in the hunch, whatever, and I'm chilling. Ended up meeting up with some homies and plotting on this group of girls or whatever. I'm like, all right, liquor flowing or whatever. Everybody chilling, everybody having a good time. And I get the courage to go holler at one. We dancing all night. Cool, boom, boom, boom. Curfew hit. Time to go back. They hear their new check-in, so they're staying on the barge. I'm already, what I'm saying, on the boat, right? So we walking up to the bar, walking up the ramp, and still got to show your ID to get on, even though it's the barge. So
yeah.
I go to show my ID, and the craziest thing, like I put the ID out, and it just flips out my hand over
Falls in the water.
falls in the water, right? So
Sheesh.
I'm like, it's a plastic card. It should flow, right? I'm like, yo, hey, just and the sentry at the door sees it. So I'm like, hey, y'all give me like a net or something. I can see it right there in nighttime because you know what I'm saying, curfew hit or whatever. So I'm like, yo, I can see it right there. And as I'm looking, the card is just dropping. It's just sinking down. And so like the plan was me and old girl was just gonna chill or whatever. But like now I can't go to the boat
Mm.
because I ain't got no ID and it's Friday night. And I can't get in touch with my PS homies to get a new ID until Monday. So I just got to kind of, figure it out or whatever. So she was cool enough. She was like, I'll come back out, you know what I'm saying? Cause now we on base. You can be all around on base all times of the night.
Yeah,
It don't matter.
yeah.
So we end up going to Fleet Wreck. And we sitting there chilling or whatever up top where me and Jeans was at and stuff. And you remember the gym in Fleet Wreck, how it had
Yeah,
the bleachers that pulled
yeah.
out.
Now you ain't go behind the bleachers.
I had an all white outfit on too.
Yo, was
So
Fleet Rec 24 hours?
yeah, you could get in there whenever.
Dang.
Yeah,
Fleet Rec was dope
it's just
in
Fleet
Japan,
Rec
dog.
was amazing. They had that Wi-Fi, and that's why all them
Yeah.
gamer boys, them nerds that you.
Yeah. And they had them little balconies off the side of the gym. Like if you smoke,
Mhm.
like you could step out there and smoke.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Yeah, Fleet Rec was dope, man. Nice
Yeah.
hardwood flow. That was a good gym, man. Two
Very
gym.
good
Yeah,
gym.
they did us right. The weight room was dope.
And we
Yeah,
had 2 gyms too. We had that one, and then we had Purdy. Purdy was dope too.
Purdy.
Over there by the track.
Purdy. That sound familiar. How long is
The
that? What
gym,
the movie theater at? How long
no,
Purdy?
the movie theater is up front, but
Why that sound so familiar?
Purdy Gym is the gym in the back by the football field where we do our PRTs at.
Sure enough, because all the bikes was over there.
Yep, all the
The
bikes was over
ellipticals
there.
and the bikes.
Yep,
Okay. Yeah, Purdy Gym. Yeah, they
Purdy
did
Gym
have a
was
gym in
nice
Purdy.
too. Yep.
But
Nobody
you
ever
had to
really
go
went to
upstairs
Purdy
to
Gym.
both of them, right? But Purdy and Fleet Rec, the
Fleet
gym was
Rec was
upstairs.
upstairs. I think Purdy was downstairs.
I think it was upstairs.
But Fleet Rec, I feel like Fleet Rec was like the hood on base because that's where all the pickup games was at. That's what.
Yeah. Oh
That's what everybody went to. Everybody, even the girls, they was just there, just watching the dudes hoop. Fleet Rec was just like it. Japan was dope. Japan
Did
gave
you ever
like.
did you ever see the girls team I coached? Did you ever see how they was beating everybody? See, you didn't even check it. So, dude, I had well, first of all, the best girl on base was what's the left-handed girl that could shoot? The one that was playing with us one day, and she hit a jump shot in my face, and then Dino was like, "Oh, get her back, Mel, get her back," and I'm like, "Man, I'm not trying to do this to no girl, man." And I can't, and I know, I mean, because I know she's not faster than me, but
Yeah.
but she was an all Navy basketball player. Like she made all Navy every year. Like she didn't have to try out no more. She was What was her name, dude? What
you asking the wrong person. There was too much alcohol in my system for me to remember.
Dude, you was there. You was there that day.
I know I was there. I was probably there for all of these.
Yeah, she was dope. She tore her ACL that year too, but
everybody was tearing their ACLs. Yeah,
but I was guarding her, and I knew she was good, but I didn't think she was strong. So when she was dribbling, she gave me that SGA push off and got that jump shot off, and everybody was like, "Oh shoot!" Dino said, because Dino had already played with me a bunch of times, so he already knew what I was like, but y'all didn't know. Dino said,
like Magic Johnson on the USA. Oh, get him back, Charles. Get him back.
Dino gave me the ball. I said, "Man, I'm not trying to do it to no female, man." And I came and gave her that quick the twing, and then that daggone straight leg crossover back, and she just kept running. Put that thing right back in her right there. I was like, just leave me alone after that, man. Leave me alone, man.
I do got one more story for you. I got one more story for you. So you remember, were you there for in-serve?
Yeah.
So you remember it was because our CO was Captain Donnelly, right? So we going through in-serve, and I'm like, first off, we shouldn't have passed in-serve. That boat was terrible. That boat was trash. But somehow we did it, right? And so we get in port because in-serve was during that little 3-week time that we were in port between cruises. And so normally that's just the chill time to recuperate before you go back off on winter cruise. But we balls to the wall every day, like 7 to 16:30 every day, doing in-serve practice, flow coats in the hangar bay, all that stuff, right? Every day. So finally we passed in-serve or whatever, and we had an all hands call in the hangar bay. And we come down there, and it was during tsunami season, right? So the weather was bad.
You just reminded me of a girl that was on the ship, but they call her tsunami season, but that's another story. Go ahead.
Jesus. So it's tsunami season, right? And so now we, dealing with that and doing in-serve. So we finished in-serve, we passed with flying colors somehow, right? And so Captain Donnelly was talking about like promising 96s and 72s, like, hey, y'all did such a wonderful job. I'm gonna get y'all with this Liberty, whatever. And then we had a real big bad storm that came through that was so bad that duty section had to stay on the boat the next day, and they told everybody to shelter in place, right? And then we were like, all right, well, we dealt with that one. And then the very next weekend when we were supposed to get our liberty, we went to all hands, and that's when they told us that we were leaving for deployment early. And so they were saying we were leaving so that way we would get out the way for the tsunami, so that way the boat wasn't rocking against the whatever.
Yeah.
And so we was like, man, we just went through this storm. We was sheltering in place and all that stuff, and now y'all want to leave? Da da da. So after the all hands call, go back to the barracks room or whatever. Everybody's getting ready to start packing or whatever. And I just take my blouse off, but I still got we was in the blueberries, so I still got my blue t-shirt on. So you can kind of and you can kind of see my NWU pants. And I get on my phone and I record a video. I still got the video on my phone.
While you was on a ship out and while the storm was hitting?
No, I was back in the barracks.
Okay.
But they just told us that we about to go on deployment early. So I get on the phone and I make this 8.5-minute video bashing the chain of command. I'm talking about CO catching it.
Oh, somebody posted it on Facebook, didn't
I posted it on Facebook.
By mistake?
No, on purpose. The intention was.
Hold on, I remember the next day at work. Hold on. This was on the Reagan.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that.
that. So, and this was back when everybody was talking about the hashtag was bring back boat, right? You remember?
Yeah, sure enough was.
So everybody, and I'm like, freedom of speech, man. This is what I put the uniform on because
Hold on. Boat was the XO, the captain that got fired.
Not fired, but he got
he transferred. He left.
He got relieved. He retired.
He got relieved, and then the new captain was trash. I remember. Yeah.
Captain Dollar, the one that made us
going crazy over y'all because they found out that was going on. This is before I made chief, but they found out that was going on
hashtag
Facebook.
Going crazy on Facebook. Everybody posting bring back boat. Hashtag bring back boat. Right?
Yeah.
And then I put this 8.5-minute video out. I'm like, I'm bashing the CO, bashing the XO. CMC was cool because CMC always been dope. I didn't say nothing. I was like, I'm like,
that's my dog.
Haka good with me. I was like, CMC, you cool. I even said in the video, I was like, CMC, you cool. Yeah. I ain't got no problem with you. But them other two, I'm going crazy in this video. Post it, right? I don't think nothing of it. Get to the boat. Chilling. Days go by. We finally pull out. We out to sea. You remember Carlton?
Yeah.
That was my mentor, right? Yeah. That was my mentor.
Yeah.
We already underway. He calls me down to his office. We're not even in the same work center at this point, but he calls me down to his office. He's like, hey man, did you make a video and post it on Facebook? I was like, Chief, you gotta be a little bit more specific. It's like, did you make a video bad mouthing the chain of command? I was like, oh, I mean, yeah, but I mean, it was like freedom of speech, right? And he was like, nah. He's like, why I gotta find out? He said some other first class from a whole nother department outside of air had downloaded the video and showed it to him on a laptop. So I'm like, man, I didn't think it was that bad or whatever. Bro, it had got all the way up to the CO. He had called all of V2s, LPOs, and LCPOs down to the ward room and played the video. And we was like, we just want to find out who this guy belongs to.
Bro, you're an idiot.
And they was like, yeah, that's our guy. And he was like, okay. And he made him watch the whole video. Mel, I shit you not. Carlton had a blue folder. You know that good old classic navy blue folder.
Yeah.
Handed it to me. It was an early out package. Fully signed. All the way up the chain. CO signed it. Everybody signed it. All I needed to do was put my signature on it. Because the CO was like, apparently this guy doesn't want to be in my Navy. So here.
That's crazy. Look. And he was right. You didn't want to be in his Navy. You didn't want to be in my Navy. At that time, I would have told you this was my Navy, man. Get your ass up out of my Navy.
And you know what?
Like that.
And Carlton got me too. He was like, he did the whole reverse psychology flip joint. Not knowing early out, I still get my benefits.
Hey, Jeff said we defend democracy, not practice it.
Yeah, I know that now. So,
hey, no. Here's a story. I don't know if you remember this one. You remember the kid that we thought went overboard?
Oh yeah. Fuck,
Hold on,
it's
let me ask,
still fucking, bro.
hold on. Let's tell that story.
Yeah, you
Hold
got.
on, hold on,
Oh
hold
my
on. Let me get
god.
this comment. Mitchell Show said, would you recommend your son go to the military? Only if it's Air Force or Navy. I would not let him go Army. I would not let him go Marines. I would let him go Coast Guard, Air Force, Navy, and I would put Air Force #1, Navy #2, Coast Guard #3.
Yeah.
Right. You can't go to no National Guard, no Army, no Marines. That's not a place for my kinfolk. I'm not sending them right now. I wouldn't have him go now while we got this nut job running the country and sending people to war. Because I seen, bro, I tell you, I went to the Fleet and Family to take a home buying class one time, and this was in Virginia. So I'm in there waiting for the class, and while I'm in the lobby, it was around Christmas time, so they had this Christmas tree up. Mm-hmm. But on the Christmas tree, it was all pictures of fallen soldiers. This was because I joined the Navy right after 9/11, so this was probably like 4 years after 2001, so like maybe 2005 when I went to this home buying class before I bought my first house. And I'm looking at that Christmas tree with all these people that died in Iraq. And I looked at it and I didn't see not one picture of someone that looked like they was older than 21. It was all babies. It was all 18, 19, 21. I don't know how old they were, but I'm looking at their face. And the crazy thing is, there was only pictures of people that was from Virginia that was on that Christmas tree. That, this is people that was from that state. And I'm like, man, that's a lot of kids on that freaking Christmas tree going over there to fight this freaking war. And it wasn't even no weapons of mass destruction out there. It was a whole hoax. Mm-hmm. So many people died during after 9/11, man. So I'm thinking about that, and I'm like, man, ain't no way I'm sending my son in the military at that time. No way at all. But other than that, though, if no wars are popping off, and you want to send your son to get a head start on something, I think you get a faster head start with the military than you do sending him to college. Like if you don't have a son that's like school is his actual passion and school is his talent, like it's easy for him to get 4.0s and make the dean's list. Like if he's an academically strong person who can go to a school and don't need you to be on him all the time to keep his grades up, and he got a plan for what he want to go for accountant, and he go straight through and go straight to work, then yeah, let him go to college. But if he ain't that type of kid, send him to the Air Force or the Army. Air Force or the Navy. Tell him that 4 years is all you're doing, because when you finish with 4 years, you're going to come out. You're going to file a disability claim. You probably will get at least 50 to 60% disabled, because they mess your body up so bad, you're going to be disabled, right? So you're going to get paid for that for the rest of your life. You're going to have a Montgomery GI Bill that pays for your college, right? With the new post 9/11 GI Bill, not only is your kid going to school and getting free, going to school for to get his certificate for free, they're also paying him BAH, housing allowance. So he's getting probably like $2,000 a month just to be in school, because they want to help you finish. So you don't have to work too much and work too hard for your money. We're going to give you about $2,000 just because you're in school. That only lasts 4 years though. So that, and then you got your VA housing loan. And it's very easy to buy a house with your VA loan. Like you get to skip a whole bunch of nonsense, that down payment and all that other crazy stuff,
property taxes,
yeah, all it, what I'm saying. So it gives you a good head start for sure.
And also, depending on the job that you get in the military, translates very well outside in the civilian sector too. Like if you get an IT job in the military, you get certs while you're in called qualifications, but those same qualifications you get translate to certs outside, and because you have those quals, you technically have that cert, which puts you ahead of a lot of other people in the civilian sector who have to go to school for those certs. So now you're ahead of the line, one, because you're a veteran, and two, because you're already qualified to go get these 6-figure civilian sector jobs as well, on top of getting disability and BAH and stuff like that.
Facts. But so this last story before we leave, y'all. So So man overboard is a big deal on any ship, right? So I don't know if y'all know how man overboard go in the military, right? But everyone has to be accounted for every single day, right? We out to sea for 6 months. We ain't see no land. Every morning, everyone has to what we call muster or like roll call. So every department do their roll call and everybody turn their roll call in to make sure we got 100% accountability for every person, right? We got to put our eyes on every person and then report it up every morning, right? If you ever lose sight of someone, like I ain't seen this dude in like 3 hours, where is he at, right? You got about 5 minutes to find this dude or this girl before we call man overboard. Somebody's missing, right? Man overboard. So you hear man overboard, man overboard, man overboard. So what happens when they call man overboard? Everyone has to go to their place where they muster or do roll call. And then we got to drop our divers got like 2 to 3 minutes to get dressed out. And then we dropping the boats in and our divers is in the water.
What is it? At
right?
the 12-minute mark, we sending the divers?
I don't know. I can't remember.
It's somewhere around there, like 10 to 12.
Yeah. But divers are in the water looking for this person that might be man overboard, right?
Helos are spun up. They out there.
Yeah. So sometimes a person to become missing because they so tired and they got, you know what I'm saying, they supposed to be working. They might sneak off somewhere in the boat and just, I need a 30-minute nap. And they might oversleep like 2 hours and we can't find him. He's supposed to be on watch. Where is he at? Did he jump overboard? Did somebody push him overboard? Like we doing a man overboard and the person is missing. We do our must and be like, shoot, Chris missing. Is Chris overboard? So we like, shoot, somebody go find Chris, go check his rack. Go check this place, go check that place. You know what I'm saying? We sending people looking for him. And the worst thing that can happen is you got people out there looking for you for 20 minutes and then you just walk in like this, like, what's going on? What the fuck you been? We almost had the divers in the water. You know what I'm saying? Now you got to call the CEO. We found them. And you go look bad. Oh man, it's bad, man. So but anyway, that's how man overboard is, right? So let me go and try to make this story short, right? It was this dude, man. This dude like 5 foot, right?
Wasn't even on our boat. It was a small boy he was on.
He was on a small boy. His name is Mims. Y'all can look this story up. His name is Mims. This man.
Hey, real quick before you go. Another key element of man down. They shut all communications off. So that way,
and they got to stop the boat too, because if he in the water, we don't want the propellers to suck him in.
You got to cease operations, cease movement, and cut off all communication except for the CO and whatever, because they don't want news that if this person is overboard.
Well, don't get too much OPSEC. This OPSEC. We ain't gonna get too much.
And then the search and rescue goes for 3 days. They do search and rescue for 3 days
before you can deem them that they gone, right? So
yeah, go ahead.
This kid Mims. All right, so we on a big boat on the carrier, the huge boat that got 5,000 people on it, but we got a whole group with us. So it's smaller boats, it's submarines, like we all go out together, like, you know what I'm saying, we're dangerous. So one of these small boats, what's so funny? What's so funny?
See that shit in there. Yeah, we dangerous.
Yeah. So he was on one of the small boys, right? So we hear this story, man overboard. So they obviously caught the man overboard. The reason why we got involved is because they didn't find him, right? Like they looked for him all over the ship, couldn't find him. They divers in the waters, and then now the other ships are involved because we got like choppers and stuff. We had choppers flying all over the place. We making circles in the middle of the ocean, making sure we don't leave, and you know what I'm saying, we just doing circles in the middle. Now, mind you, imagine if your job is to be you trying to leave point A to go to point B, and you got to be there by a certain time because this is what the captain done told the admiral he about to do. But now you got to call the admiral and say, look, we got a man overboard, we got to stay here. We can't get to where we're supposed to be at right now. So you're doing all of that. You got divers in the waters for hours. You got choppers all over the place. It done hit the news. This kid missing. He's gone. It got to the point where it was like 3 days.
3 days was up. The
Yeah,
three
it
days
was up.
was
They
up.
had to pronounce him like he's gone. He's gone.
I swear to God, I hate this nigga. I still hate this nigga, bro. Every time I think about this shit.
So we hear about it. We hear about like, man, that's so sad, man. Like, dang, man, we lost somebody, you know what I mean? So golly, what happened? How did he follow? So we trying to figure out what happened and all this stuff, man. Next thing you know, they found this nigga in the bilge. Nigga was on the ship hiding. He was on the ship hiding.
Oh my God.
This nigga was waiting in the middle of the night to sneak up to the mess decks and grab peanut butter jelly sandwich, then go back under the ship. Like not under the ship, like outside the ship,
In
but
like the trash area, right?
Yeah, the lowest part of the ship where all the machinery is at and all the pumps and all that stuff in the bilge. Like he down there sleeping like behind motors and in the bilge and stuff like that. He down there just chilling like the whole day. People looking for him for a whole 3 days, and then like I want to say a week went by.
No, I think it was like another 2 or 3 days, and then because I remember because we lost internet again. I was like, what the fuck,
bro? So when we found out that they found him, and we heard about all that shit, we was like, no way, he was hiding in the bilge, right? So what made this story sad is because on the small boys, hey, it gets brutal. I mean, like you could be working for somebody, they want you to do something, and you say you don't want to do it. It ain't okay. Well, I'm gonna write you up. It ain't that. Get your ass in that fan room, and it might be a grown dude like me whooping your son ass, right? So.
like dollars in, man.
Like when you on a carrier like the big ship, it gets real political. Everybody doing stuff by the book. You know what I'm saying? You're not, but on them small boys be so crucial and so cutthroat. Like it's so many rules broken on them small boys, man. Like bro, it's crazy, man. So yeah, so I mean, you can get your tail whooped and then go right back to work. Like that's how it is, right? So I guess somebody had been intimidating him so much and working him so bad and stuff like that he just rage quit and said, I'm hiding. He went and hid in the bilge. Everybody thought he was overboard. You know what I'm saying? That's how it happened, right? So then the stuff hit the news, and it was like he cost the Navy like $5 million for that one search and rescue efforts, because that was like he cost the Navy like over $5 million, man, just from that one incident, right? So he had to get locked up in the brig, but the small boys don't have a brig, so they had to fly him on our ship. They had to fly him on our ship and put him in our brig. So everybody was like, "Hey man, that kid that hid in the bilge, man, he on his way." I saw him too. I walked right past him. This dude had to be all of 4'8". How the hell he get in the Navy? How the hell he get in there? This dude was 4'8". No wonder he was hiding in them. They couldn't find him. No wonder he was hiding in that bilge. He was about 4'8", man. I think his last name Mims. Look it up.
I seen him, bro. I have never had so much anger flow through my body that I couldn't talk to my family. I get back my Facebook blown up. What happened? We heard somebody went overboard because everybody thinking it's their kid. They don't know what's going on. I'm just like, oh my God. Bro, for a week, we had no internet for a week. Cause and I think his plan was he like you said, he checked out. And the plan was whenever they pulled back in port, he was gonna sneak off and leave. He was gonna go AWOL. But did you hear how they caught him? In the middle of the night, I guess one of them watches. One of them watches was roving around and caught him, and they said that he was in his flash gear and his flash hood and some like the Navy PT shorts or something, and he hit his face with the flash hood trying to go get the snacks from the gate.
That's crazy, man.
I heard this, I was like, bro, ain't no way.
Bro, it was so many funny stories, man. It was, I mean, it's just insane, though. Like the
We might have to
Navy
have
was, bro.
we might have to have like a Navy story show, like maybe a
Man,
whole.
we might have to tell one after each show, man. But man, bro, like I got some stories, man. Like, golly, I remember one of my sailors that worked for me had got in trouble out in town, so he had to go to DRB when we got back in on the ship, and you can trust people. Like he was one of my best workers, right? Mm-hmm. Squared away and all that stuff, man. So I trusted him a little bit too much. Hey, man, you need help with your uniform. You need me to come inspect it, look at it real quick. That's you ain't even supposed to ask that. You better do that. But he was one of my top ones, man. So I was like, do I trust you, man? I know you got your stuff together. This dude uniform was so wrinkled. The day he had to go to DRB, man, I said, man, come to my office an hour before, man. Let's talk about it. He showed up. That uniform was so what the fuck you going with that uniform on? We ain't even got time to iron this shit. How the hell you gonna do that to me, nigga? You about to embarrass me? You about to embarrass me after all the shit I done for you, nigga? Your uniform looking like this? I'm going off, man. I'm pissed, and it ain't nothing I can do about it, nigga. Like it was.
Oh man.
I had to take him down to the MA shack, man.
Dog.
I'm fired up, dog.
Dog.
I'm fired up.
One more. I got since we talk about uniforms. So I went to mass. Look.
Hey, McKnight, what did it say when you read
it? Can't make this shit up, dog.
Oh, can't make this shit up. Y'all gotta look up the Fat Leonard case.
Oh, please do.
Bro. You know that CS1.
Child boss. Yeah. Hey, when he got booked, they posted on Facebook. Hey, should have spent less time rapping on the mess decks and making sure them books were straight.
Oh, he rapped to y'all too? Okay. So look, listen. We had a warrant officer who was a white dude that had like a little nice little box haircut and a tight fade, right? Look real nerdy, glasses, all that stuff, right? And every time he seen a black kid just get to the ship,
gamer Leonard Glenn, that's the one.
Yep, Fat Leonard. Yep. So every time we had this chow boss that I'm talking about, he got caught up in that Fat Leonard case, and I had an XO that was on my first ship that he was an admiral when he got caught up with Fat Leonard, but he was my XO on my first ship, and I remember when he was a captain. He was on American Idol because there was a sailor on his ship that they had let leave to do American Idol, and they had interviewed the captain and be like, man, that was nice of you to let him go. I was like, dang, Commander, Captain Kraft. His last name Kraft. Mm-hmm. So he was my XO on my first ship. Then he was a captain. I seen him on American Idol, and then the next time I seen his name, he was an admiral. He got caught up in that Fat Leonard. But so this child boss, right? Me and Pine was walking on the ship that we had just got there. And we walking down on the mess deck. And he poked his head out of his office and seen two black kids. Was like, hey, come here real quick. Let me show y'all something. So we walk in there. He was like, man, y'all rap? Y'all like rap? I was like, yeah. I'm like, man, what does this white dude ask me? Like, I like rap. Yeah, we like rap. And he was like, check it. Boom. And he just bust out in this rap. And the rap was like, now it was a rehearsed rap. You could tell he wrote it.
For sure.
Right. But if I had to, okay, so it rhymed. He was rhyming.
I remember. I never remember what he said, but I remember the end every time because the end was the same.
Something about Lil Wayne.
Yeah, he was like his name was Lil Wayne, but they call him Lil Weezy.
Yeah. It's the same rap. I didn't find out until later that he did that to every black person that walked by with the same exact rap. But if I had to put it on par with a rap I've ever heard, I would say it was on that level of Ashley from the Fresh Prince when she rapped on that first episode at the dinner table.
Thank you, God, for this stupid food.
It was on that level. You know what I mean? So he will bust out that rhyme and do all that, and then he'll finish it, and then he'll grab 2 coins and be like, and they kick you out the office. And we just walk out with the coins like, what just happened?
What the fuck?
What just happened, man? Well, but anyway, he got caught up in that Fat Leonard too. But go ahead.
So I ended up getting in trouble for Australia. I ended up missing curfew, whatever. And this is around the time that I started gaining weight when I was in the Navy too. So left for deployment, and my whites fit one way, and by the time I got in trouble, they didn't fit no more. So now, so now I'm scrambling. I'm like, yo, I need somebody whites because mine don't fit. Da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? Do do do. And I like for some reason it just happened to be I was like this perfect size where like if I put this size on, it was too big. If I put this size on, it was too small. At this point, I just said fuck it. I was like fuck it, whatever. And I ended up unfortunately wearing the size that was just a little too small. So I get down, go to the MA shack or whatever, and the MA chief, he's going, checking everybody's stuff, right? So I made sure the uniform was straight, cool, whatever. He's got his pen out for some reason, and he's fixing my neckerchief, and
In
the
the
pen
pen,
is
the ink
just
went out.
drawn on the white, and I'm looking down, and this is for DRB, the first stage. So I'm like, no, and I'm like, yo, chief, you like, so this man writes on a sticky note and signs it and tells me to go in with this. Like, yeah, you know, MA chief, such and such, I accidentally wrote on so and so's whatever. Walking through the mess decks, and this is where my dogs ain't shit. Dino and the rest of them boys, man.
Laughing.
So I'm walking, and you know, they make us walk on that line and they, you know, that straight file or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm going by, and somebody didn't realize they was looking down, then looked up after I'd already walked past. So they only see me from behind. And somebody was like, damn, who that thick ass chick right there?
I wouldn't have told nobody that story. Hey, nah. Hey, that last one. This is the last one, right? My homeboy Henson. This is my first ship. So I went to A school. The electrician A school is in Great Lakes. So you leave boot camp, you march right over to the engineering school, right? So I met a dude. I met a lot of dudes, man. Most of them from the South. My homeboy Henson from Florida. My homeboy Cook from Georgia. My homeboy Morris was from Alabama. So, and we all hooped, right? So that's how we got real cool. Like if you didn't hoop, I wasn't gonna be cool with you. So we all hooped every day after school. And then when we pick orders, we all end up getting the same orders to the Roosevelt. So we show up to the Roosevelt, man, we get there and it's like the first day of school at high school, like, oh my God, it's a carrier. It's 5,000 people. It's girls everywhere. They checking. Oh, look, they looking at the new meat. Like, oh shoot. So we like, dang, we just looking at all these girls choosing and stuff like that, right? And like the first week, it was all based on, hey man, I seen this Puerto Rican short. Did you seen her? Oh yeah, I seen her on the mess day. So we just exchanging information about all these girls we seen. I mean, I seen one girl, she was a third class. She looked good. I mean, I seen a chief that looked good. Like we just exchanging stuff, man, right? And Henson, I don't know what's up with the Florida school system, but we always we always call Henson stupid, right? Like Henson, like you got to be kidding me. Like Henson say some weird stuff sometimes, like that. Like, dude, I question your school system, man. But so we had domestics, right? No, we were just shooting the shit somewhere in the burden, right? And they was like, yo, hey, all them girls y'all talking about y'all seen, I seen the baddest one. She thick. I said, what? Who? What's her name? Her name was Bucketing. I was like, okay, Bucketing. All right, bet. All right, I'm look for her. He's like, man, her butt fat. I show it to you if I see it on the mess decks. Later that day, we eating chow on the mess decks, and we all talking. This dude hit my leg like this. Mel, Cook. There she go right there. There go Bucketing right there. So we look. We see 3 girls over there walking. You know, I don't know if you remember the utilities before we got. So the utilities, you tuck your shirt in, and on the back, the name tag was on the back.
Tag, yep.
Yeah. So if you really got a fat butt, that name tag gets stretched. Yeah. So I'm looking at the girl trying to find out where Bucketing was at. And I was like, Henson, which one is Bucketing? He said, that one right there. I said, where, nigga? I don't see Bucketing. Right there. Look, right there. Me and Cook looked at each other and said, man, you idiot. That's Buchanan. That's not no fucking Bucketing. That nigga said Bucketing.
That's definitely Florida school system.
Hey, we was looking for bucketing for like 5 minutes. I said, dude, I don't see bucketing, dog. I said, Henson, that's Buchanan, man. What the hell is wrong with you?
Bucketing is crazy.
Yo, man, that's crazy, man. All right, bro. We gotta get out of here.
We got some stories. If there's any other veterans, I know Funky Town is also one, man. Any other veterans, man? Shout out to y'all, man. Appreciate y'all service as well, man. Woo! They said there's videos on that motherfucker.
On Mills.
Yeah,
I gotta watch it. I remember it live and uncut, man. I ain't seen the videos yet.
Man, you talk about motherfuckers hated the motherfucker. I seen that motherfucker in the Mazdex. I was like, stump your little,
So when you go to the brig, they can give you the punishment of 3 days bread and water.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and they can't go no more than 3 days. Like one of your punishments is like 3 days, nothing but bread and water in the brig, or they can give you like 30 days, like regular brig time.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember my homeboy Smith. He's from North Carolina, so he's from Fayetteville. He had was about to miss a court date for child support with his daughter, and he kept asking Chief could he take leave, and the Chief was like, nah. So he went UA to meet his court date, and then he came back. When he came back, he was marked UA and all that stuff, went to captain's mass and all that. And basketball season had just started. He was my point guard. He was like, man, I want to play. I don't want to miss no time. He ended up missing like 1 or 2 games, but he really didn't want to miss the playoffs, right? So he couldn't do 30 days. So he said, I do the 3 days bread and water. So that dude did 3 days bread and water, dog. The day he came, the day he got out, we went and picked him up, went straight to the game.
He should be well rested.
Went straight to the game, man. That was my dude, man. I need to find out where he at. That was my little homie.
They said the channel on YouTube is Military Crime and Mysteries. That's crazy that it made it there. Wow.
It's another story, and I gotta find out the names for this one. But we worked side by side with a dude that killed the girl that used to be on our ship. And while the investigation was going on, he was not a suspect. And we was working side by side with him for months until they solved it. Yep. I got it. That was on my first ship on the Roosevelt. He was an MR, and I was in the rewind shop, and the MR was like right there. We seen this dude every day. Right.
Life as usual.
Yeah. So when people first join the military and ain't nobody married and nobody got no kids, and you really ain't making a lot of bread like that. So what people would do is like it'd be like 5 people like renting out a house or something like that. Like, you all be living there. So it was like a group of dudes and girls that was living together. And the dude that ended up killing the girl was he was like the weirdo of the group. And everybody used to pick on the girls and the boys. And this girl was very, very pretty white girl. Her name is on the tip of my tongue, man. But very pretty white girl, and she was the only one nice to him. While everybody was picking on him, she was the only one nice to him. She went home to Florida to get married to her high school sweetheart. Came back, and the dude was jealous and killed her that night. Nobody else was in the house but them two. He killed her. Took her body, drove it to Tennessee in the car, left it there, found his way back, and went back to work. It took months to solve that crime, right? So, and we was working with him. Then another thing happened. When I was in Guam, there was a dude that came home off of the underway, went straight home, killed his wife. And he wasn't a suspect at first, so he was working with us for a little while too. And then when they finally arrested him, and I don't know if you ever been to Guam, but you remember down there in Tuman, all the hotels and the clubs and all that stuff. The police station is right there.
Yeah, in the middle of that
right on the sidewalk. Like you can walk past it. So when they pulled up, right in front of the police station on the curb, there was a lady cop and a male cop, and the male cop. They parked the car on the curb. They took the suspect inside the little small police office, and then
I was in that police station before.
And then the story is that I think the male cop and part of this got on camera because people was walking by and had their phones recording. But the dude had told the female, go ahead and take his handcuffs off and fingerprint him. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the car from the curve, and the parking lot was on behind the police office. Yeah. He was like, I'm gonna grab the car off the curve and park it and come back in. And the lady was like, no, he's strong, right? And he was like, he's not gonna do nothing. This dude left. She uncuffed him. As soon as she uncuffed him, he grabs her gun, and then right in front of her, bow, shot himself. And the only thing that you caught on camera was her coming out of the police station, and the dude, what happened? She kept, and somebody was recording, and she was like, I told you not to leave me by myself. I told you not to leave me by myself. But this dude, I sat and ate chow beside him before they found out it was him that did it.
That shit
crazy.
Crazy.
Yep.
That shit is wild.
Then in Guam, those woods, Guam is a small island. It's tropical, just like Hawaii, but it's small and it's only,
was it like 5 miles wide?
No, I think it's 20 miles wide. Right. So the Navy base is on this end of the island, and the Air Force base is on this end, and there's one street that you drive straight up and down, or you can take the back way and take the scenic route. It's gonna be a bumpy road, but you're gonna see all the water and hills and woods. But in the middle of all that, it's like woods that's like not been tamed. It's just trees, wooded areas, and all that stuff, right? And they say it's like locals that live in them woods that never come out. Well, it was a girl that was from Guam that joined the Air Force and got stationed at the Air Force on Guam. And she was real pretty, and she got kidnapped. They had her in them woods for like a month. And she finally got away. But they say you go in the woods, it's gonna be hard to find you. It'll be real hard to find. Yeah, them woods is crazy. Don't nobody go in there.
That shit crazy.
Yeah, Guam was crazy, dog.
Still my second favorite port visit though.
Yeah, Guam was lit, dog.
I had a blast in Guam.
Hey, it's a huge
police station.
It's a huge Navy fight that's online that was in Guam.
There's always I've been a part of a couple fights in Guam.
Yeah, I was
right outside the little they used to call it the Pentagon because it was 5 different clubs in there, and it's right in that street in that parking lot.
The fight I'm talking about was when we went to Guam. Not when I was stationed. I was stationed in Guam, but when the Reagan went there, that's when that fight happened. I was out there that night.
Yeah, good time.
That fight was crazy. Yeah, fight was crazy.
There was always a fight at Beach Bar. There's always a fight at the Pentagon. Everywhere.
Yeah, it's crazy. But I'm talking about, it was like, this fight was like 20 people, all sailors.
There's a fight on I seen the video on Facebook. Either the last year or this year, carrier pulled in. They was fighting in the street. All of the median and everything.
Did you see the fight when the CMC went to the Christmas party with his wife and his side piece was there and the side piece swung? Yeah, big fight. That's online too.
Is that the one that was because it was a carrier? They had a Christmas party on the East Coast, and it was a huge fight at the Christmas party.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
his side piece swung on his wife at the Christmas party.
Nah, that's wicked business, dog. I swear to God, they don't never need to put a reality show in the Navy, bro. Don't ever do it. Don't ever do it.
Hey, don't tell it. The Navy was crazy. Nigga, we had a girl that just hit the ship on my first ship. Her last name was Calhoun. They called the Slim Cutter Calhoun. Everybody was cutting, and she was married.
Nasty.
Cutting it up. It's on camera. It's bad, dog. It's bad, dog. That was bad. That was bad, dog. I'm like, man, y'all nasty. I had just got married then, so I wouldn't participate in none of that. But I'm like, I used to see everything that was going on, hear the stories. It was bad, dog.
Crazy work.
Slim the Cutter Calhoun, man.
That is wild. I gotta get to bed, boy. It's about to be.
All right, man. Peace.
Hey, I appreciate y'all for rocking with us, man.
Yeah, I'm about to delete all this. I'm about to edit this out. Hey, y'all saw it live, but it ain't gonna be there tomorrow. All right, peace.